Alright, I'm back, folks. Now, first things first, I'm kind of curious. Hold on. Ugh. I think I just swallowed some hair. So I do have a new monitor. And I was wondering if that would change the quality of the stream, but not, not really. I don't know what I was expecting. I would have to use a capture card connected through a PC that has the ability to increase the visual quality of my streams. But what I'm looking at is pretty damn sharp. It is nice and smooth compared to the stream, unfortunately. So, I've been gone for a little over a month. At first I was just dealing with a lot of mental health issues. I was really going downhill there for a while, and I'm kind of starting to pick myself back up again. I just got very burned out and overwhelmed, and it just ended up like shutting down and kind of disassociating for a while and just disappearing. And it really bothered me because like every day I wanted to stream, but for some reason I just didn't have it in me. I wasn't like ready to talk with anybody or do anything. Man, it's just, I haven't actually played Minecraft since I got this new monitor. I got this about a week ago. But right when I was like getting ready to have the courage to start streaming again, my TV shit the bed. I was watching Zentreya play Final Fantasy 14. I've never really seen anybody play Final Fantasy 14. They're doing like PvP. So I was curious as to what it's all about. I would like to get into an MMO at some time in the future, but it's just not my kind of game. Maybe if there was some way I can like offer creation to that, to a game like that, I have no idea. But it's just something I'm not really interested in playing. It's a lot of grindy. And PvP is usually not the way I like it. I think I would like the exploration and the progression of the game. Maybe if they've got a good story as well. I don't know. But that's not really what I'm here to talk about today. I'm just here to talk about what's been going on, which really hasn't been that much, if I'm being honest. But like I said, I've just been dealing with a lot of mental health issues, which led to like physical health, not issues, but neglecting my physical health, which I'm trying to get back. I haven't really been working out or eating that healthy, and I want to get that back. Yeah, now that I look at the stream, like, I really need to get a PC. It's so like night and day with the quality. If I'm able to get like a good, I think it's a capture card that I really need more than anything. I don't know exactly what's responsible for the visual quality of a Twitch stream when it comes to recording gameplay. I'm kind of figuring that all out right now. I just want a little bit of music. So yeah, I've been not really doing good, if I'm being honest. So when that happened, when my TV went out, I had like an old Samsung TV. Just started turning off and on, and I looked up the issue, and it has to do with like one of the, I don't know, one of the parts that is like going bad, and I can't replace it because one, I don't have the tools, and two, I don't really have the know-how and how what exactly I would need to order, like for the specific part. And people are just looking up, like, you might as well just replace it. If you have the means of replacing it, then fine. But I was like, I need an upgrade anyway. I've been playing on a TV my whole life, and they've always been like old TVs. So I went and looked up some monitors that I might want to get and got one. It took me like a week to get the money, even though it was like just around $100. After warranty and tax. On its own, it was like 89. So I ended up getting a nice LG 25.5-inch monitor. I think it's got like 100 hertz refresh rate or something like that. It's pretty solid. It's really good. On my end, so it's like a gaming monitor too, so it's got like some features on there that are built for gamers, which is really nice. You can just access it through the monitor itself, and it helps bring out the quality and the frame rate of some games. Like, everything is just a lot sharper. It was like putting on a new pair of glasses. Everything is so much sharper and smoother. And like even now it's still like so nice to just look at things. I guess I'll just hang out over here. I am a little bit tired tonight. It's been a busy summer. It's been a long, hard, busy summer, and it's been one of the most exhausting, and mentally, that is. Even though I'm not like working this time around. Well, at least like physical labor. I'm still doing like deliveries. And I've been doing them a bit more recently because of that monitor, and it took me like a week to actually get the money. The deliveries are kind of dog shit, and it's random at times. So I ended up kind of coming up with a decision here on what I want to do. I've been really thinking hard on how to like get out of the situation that I'm in, and to kind of summarize it for anybody new coming in. I've also been starting to tweet recently because I don't really have any followers on Twitter, and I don't stream to anybody. So I'm trying to expand with what little I have. So the other platform I started expanding to is Twitter. So for the longest time I've been trying to move out of my parents' home. I'm 25, and I just really need my own independence really badly. And it's something I wanted to do since I was in like high school. But it's just too expensive for me to live on my own. If I had a job that paid me well enough to live on my own, then obviously I would have moved out a long time ago, but the only jobs I'm going to be getting are entry-level jobs, and that's just not going to cut it. No matter like how many times I calculate it, there actually isn't a single job that I've had that would have made me enough money to actually live on my own, except for one. But even then, I don't think it would be enough. And I was making around $1,200 a month. So if you have like $800, $900 in rent, that's already more than half the money I make in 1 month. Yeah, I can save up money and move out, but once I move out, I'm quickly going to be running out of money. And it really won't be long before I'll end up on the streets. The problem is like maintaining that output of money for a long time. I might be able to do it in like a short period to get that money, but that's my main concern is like $1,200 a month. $800 a month or $900 a month just for rent alone for a year is like how much money? I can't do that on top of my head. That'd be like 12 times 800. It's like, is there like a calculator on my phone? Or let me just grab my phone. I have no idea where the calculator app is. 800 times 12 be 9,600 just for rent alone in like 1 year. And I just don't make that much. That's like around as much that's like the most I've had in my bank account. It was around 9,600 actually before I got hacked. And I lost $3,000 in like 30 minutes. That fucking sucked. That was like years ago though. That was my first ever bank account. It was like 2018 I think when that happened. And it wasn't even my fault. Somebody just hacked into it through. It was either PayPal. I think it was PayPal. I think it was PayPal. Like something like that. They created a fake account and basically gained access through my account virtually. And changed it to where the bank account gave permission to like give him money. They use that to just make a bunch of purchases online. So that really sucked. Never really recovered from that. That took me like, that was like a year and a half, a year and a half worth of money just kind of chopped right in half in 30 minutes. I remember getting home from work one day completely exhausted, passed out. Not even like 30 minutes, like I just dozed off and my mom came bursting in my room freaking yelling at me for having my bank account get hacked. And I didn't even give anybody like any information online or anything like that. That just sucked. Then my second bank account, I ended up getting a check from somebody in my girlfriend's family. The check ended up bouncing, which I don't really know what that means exactly, but they ended up kind of like pulling it out once I put it in the bank and already like pulled out the money. So the bank was trying to make me owe like $2,000, and I just cut my ties with that bank and left them and said enough of this and created a brand new bank account on my own, under my own name, without anybody attached to it. and I haven't had problems since. And that bank, this bank has been a lot better than the ones I've had before. In terms of security, they're like right on top of that shit. They're even a little too on top sometimes. Cause like a handful of weeks ago, maybe like 3 weeks ago, my bank card got shut down. And I didn't know it. So I kept trying to use it, and it kept getting declined even though I had money on the account. I later found out that my bank had shut the card off without telling me because I was getting money frequently from doing Uber Eats deliveries. And for some reason, even though I've been doing it since like April, they thought like something, they thought my account was getting compromised, so they turned they just shut off my bank card and they didn't even like email me or text me or anything. Which was strange. They don't know why that happened either. Why there was miscommunication, but they just, apologized and I just got a new card and everything's all good now. Man, I'm tired. I just started working out again, so that's probably why. Ugh. So, enough of that. I suppose I should just summarize what I plan to do here. So, like I said, I've been really struggling with living here. It's been kind of a nightmare for me, and it's a toxic environment for me. It's not abusive, but at times it really feels like it. I'm not gonna lie. My mother can be manipulative and just an overall stress ball. Or just a storm of stress. It's just constant stress living here, and it takes everything I have to keep it together. And I just don't make enough to move out, and I never really have. So I've been thinking about how I can make that happen. And I kind of like given up on moving out for now. I'm still like keeping an eye and looking out on places, but I'm basically at the point where I know how much money I need. At least the bare minimum. Which means I need to be making like 2,500 to 3,000 a month almost. Or even, I think like 1,800 is like the bare minimum. But I just don't know where I'm gonna get that money. I could, work at a job until I get promoted or nothing. But that's not even worth it. It's such a slow grind, and I've just had enough with the shitty job market. So I've decided to start coming up with a plan on getting a PC. So I'm gonna start switching up my room here and just following my dreams. The only thing the reason why I've been holding off on building a PC is because I wanted to move out first. I didn't want to have to move a like big ass PC setup across the country. But at this point I just don't have a choice. The PC's gotta come first at this point so I can start building up my Twitch channel, my YouTube channel, and get going on my digital art career. So I'm gonna need a tablet and I'm gonna need a PC that's good for gaming, streaming, digital art, video editing, even 2D and 3D editing, or modeling. So it's gonna be kind of a monster. And it's gonna take quite a long time to get it all together. I might have to just prioritize gaming and streaming first before I include like anything else, but just from the research I've been doing in the past day, I'm gonna need quite a unique PC, and it's not looking cheap. But it is gonna be my first PC, so I don't want it to be that expensive. I want it to be a little on the cheap end, not only to save money, but simply because it's my first time, and I don't want to mess anything up that's too expensive. I just don't want to get the wrong part or component and have it be incompatible with what I want to do, which is like a little bit of everything. I even want to learn how to program. I want to learn how to do 2D animation, 3D animation, 2D art. I'm gonna be horrendously busy. Which I already am, but at this point I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm like, this is what I want to do. And I'm tired of just living in this miserable life, not being able to do what I want to do. So if I can't have my dream of moving out of here, I might as well have my dream job. And if I can do that, then I can get out of here. The only thing that's stopping me is the money. So certainly big plans are ahead. And it's going to take me a long time to get the money to even get the PC. That's going to have to come in stages, and I'm going to have to rearrange my room maybe. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to fit enough room for 2 monitors, a PC, a drawing tablet, and maybe even a third monitor. And my room is already kind of full because it's freaking, the closet is, good lord. Closet's full of shit from my siblings of when they used to live at home. Well, from all those years ago. My parents just never threw any of it out, and they never went and got any of it. So when I first moved into this room, I already had like a closet full of shit that wasn't even mine. But it is a fairly decent room. It shouldn't be that hard. I probably need to get another desk or 2. Preferably like at the right height. I mean, I'll figure things out. So right now I'm just learning what goes into building a PC, all the components that I need, which I have pretty much figured out for the most part. At least in terms of like the components that go into building a computer, but not the ones that are specifically ones that I will want. So I'm gonna be narrowing that down and using internet forums to post my build and have people online rate it and make sure it's gonna work with what I want to do. So that's kind of like my game plan for the next year or 2. Pretty much until this happens. My main focus is going to be working on getting my own PC build set up. And I want to know it like the back of my hand. I want to know how PCs work like the back of my hand, pretty much. I want to know exactly how every component functions, what they do, how I would be able to repair them if they were to go bad, where I can find those parts, where I can find it for cheap. The whole deal. I'll be like a car mechanic for my own uh, PC and everything else. I want to become like a tech wizard. It's always something I've been interested in as well. Even when I was young, I was like, how the fuck does a phone function? How does a TV work? This shit is like taken for granted and it's so complex. And the parts are so small. How is this possible? It also made me interested in like how vehicles work when I was young too. When I first started working, I was into that, but it's just like so much money to actually get into it and work on stuff on your own that I just never got into it. And I lost interest. But I never really gave up on like electronics. I've always wanted to learn how electronics work and how I can fix them on my own and maybe even tweak them. So I've started doing that. Alright. Man, I am pretty tired. Haven't talked in a while like this. So recently I did have my sister's wedding. It's the first wedding I've ever been to. It was pretty nice. I've been to nothing but funerals so far, so having a wedding, which is like the complete opposite, was really nice. That was last weekend. So I wanted to stream before that, but I was just busy. And now even this week, after today, I wanted to stream again like most nights around 10 I usually stream. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. But I'm gonna be busy after today for like most of the weekend. I think pretty much all weekend I'm gonna be doing just deliveries from like the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. Because I got some bills coming up and I just don't have the money for them and I really don't have the choice but to thug it out. So I'm not gonna really have the time to stream until maybe like Monday. We'll see. I'm tired as fuck, man. Whew. Hey. So yeah, unfortunately after today I'm gonna be a little busy. Pretty busy. That might be that's another thing is like I'm trying to balance between my life at home and trying to accomplish my dreams is like I just don't have time for anything anymore. And especially dealing with the stress of living here, it really takes its toll pretty frequently. So it leaves me burned out pretty quickly. And that really ended up like shutting me down for the past month, a little over the past month. So I apologize for being gone for so long. I wouldn't have to do that if I was on my own. But just living with the people I live with, it's just miserable. And it's just exhausting. and I hate talking about it because it's just the same message over and over. But I cannot stress how much it really sucks to live here. I haven't forgot about the streams or the games that I planned on streaming. Like the Gears of War series, the Dragon Age. I wanted to get back into that after I finished Elden Ring. The DLC. I didn't finish the DLC yet. There's still like a handful of places that I missed and weapons that I wanted to get. So I'll be doing that once I'm done yapping here. But, you know, for a while here, I just wanted to talk about what's been going on. And that's pretty much the most of... That's like the gist of what's been going on. I've been really struggling mentally, and I just shut down for a while. And trying to figure out how the hell I can get out of this goddamn situation. And I just don't have the money to make that happen. So I'm starting to instead go after my dream job, which is being a streamer and a digital artist. So I will keep at it until I'm able to live off of the money I make doing that. But for now, it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be a very hard grind. I'm already I've been exhausted trying to figure it out for so many years. At least, you know, this time around I've got a dream to actually chase. So right now that goal again is to just get a PC. Luckily I do have a Best Buy. That's about 30 minutes away, 25 minutes away. So I can get a good number of components that I need probably from there. That's where I got my monitor from. But their stock is pretty limited since it's the only hardware store around in the local city. It tends to usually be pretty dry, especially around the holidays. Since summer is gonna be coming to a close in just about a month, the holidays will be here shortly. Which, like, makes me realize that the only time of year where I can actually feel like I can relax is like January to like April. That's usually like late winter where you're done with the holidays and it's too cold to really do anything outside. Summers here are just spent working, preparing for the summer. They're usually pretty hectic and busy, and this year has certainly been no exception, but at least I'm not doing like a labor job that is completely like fucking killing me. Like I've always done. I really was done with that shit. It's always, you know, I've never worked a job that I liked at all. Nothing, I wasn't even interested in it in any capacity whatsoever. It was simply for the money. I hated everybody I worked with, pretty much on every job, with maybe like one or two jobs being pretty solid with co-workers. But the work itself has always been very physically demanding and of zero interest to me, and I would completely like, I fucking hated it. So I'm done with that stuff. It's not gonna work out for me. I've done If you don't know, let's see. I've done like first job was like working on a pavement crew. Then I worked at like county parks for park maintenance for a while. Worked at state parks. I've worked at warehouses. I've worked lawn care. I've done tire technician. Uh, what else? I feel like I'm missing a few, but you get the idea. I've been uh, I've been a busy person in the past. I've done nothing but labor jobs, and none of that was interested in me, or I've never had any interest in any of that. I've always been wanting to get into PCs somehow. So I'm finally just starting to make that happen. And I considered getting a monitor as the first step. And so when I had that thought of like buying a monitor for the first time, that was when I kind of like made the decision to just start pursuing a PC instead. So we'll see how that turns out. Learning about it all is pretty interesting. Yesterday I did watch a video on like I'm still in the middle of it. It's a Linus Tech video on how to build your own PC, and it's like 2 hours long. So, but I'm like taking notes the whole way, and I'm writing it all down and any information I want to retain. Going step by step, learning each individual part and how they function, because it's all brand new to me, so it is quite complicated. Quite so. It's gonna take a while for me to actually know that stuff by hand, because that's what I want to do. I'm very, very tired. No, usually when I'm on my own, I'm not really talking at all. I'm just doing my own thing. So, plus, like, just about an hour ago, I almost like fell asleep because I was just so tired after I ate. So, hopefully, well, so after I'm done yapping here, I think I'm gonna hop into Elden Ring and continue where I left off. I'm going to bring up a list of weapons that I might want, or weapons that I may have missed, and talismans as well, and look for them before I actually kill Radahn and finish the DLC. I can do that first, but I just wanted to cover the few areas that I may have missed. I still cannot keep up with Elden Ring and play it. I was getting back into the PvP, and I haven't really been doing that much lately because I've just been too busy to really worry about anything but figuring out how the hell I can change my situation here. I would like somebody with advice or some sort of help, but like especially with my mental health issues. But you know, I've had professional help in the past, and that didn't help. And I know that's like a very advocated solution that I see a lot of people point towards, is getting professional help like therapy. But in my personal experience, it wasn't helpful at all. Therapy didn't do anything, and neither did counseling. I had therapists that offered little help, if any. They didn't, they just weren't the right therapist. And I think it can be hard to find the right therapist. It's not like everybody needs therapy, but I've been dealing with mental health issues like my whole life and tried to figure it out, and at some point I ended up, like, I used to have really bad depression, and after that I ended up having like very horrible anxiety. I used to be like suicidally depressed when I was like 19, 20 years old. Like, it was that bad. And, you know, it made me understand why people take their own life when they live such a miserable life. It's not weakness or anything, it's just people's lives can be that miserable, and I've experienced it myself. And then after that, I ended up having like really bad anxiety to the point where like I was fighting every hour of the day to try to keep myself from having a panic attack or an anxiety attack. Like, it would be like right on the edge, like I could feel my freaking heart racing and my anxiety just going haywire. And therapy or counseling didn't help with that at all. I never got any medication or anything, but I didn't really want medication. It's not until I got a counselor, which was my last like hope for professional help, and that ended up being just another letdown. But that wasn't really my decision anyway. I didn't want counseling at the time. My parents forced it on me because we were butting heads pretty hard, and we were having some pretty serious arguments. And that was just a few years ago. Really not that long ago. You know, I was pretty close to ending up in jail because my mom would play dirty whenever shit would go down, and ended up getting the cops on her side, to the point where if like one more incident happened, if the cops were called one more time, I would have gone to jail. Probably not for long, but because I really didn't do anything wrong. It's nothing they can really charge me with. It'd be just to get me out of the house for a little bit. But yeah, it was getting serious. And that's why they ended up putting me into counseling, which did nothing. My counselor, like, didn't offer any advice. She just immediately wanted to prescribe me antidepressants. And that was it. And that was when I was like, you know what? Just done with professional help. It's kind of a joke. At least these people are. And of course, I didn't want to take antidepressants because I didn't want to end up relying on it. And I'm no longer depressed. I'm just stressed and frustrated. I'm not Sag anymore. I'm Madge. And even then I'm not even as Madge anymore. I just struggle mostly now with burnout, exhaustion, stress, overthinking, just constantly thinking about solutions to the point where it's like that's like all I'm thinking about. So that's pretty much what I'm mainly dealing with. It's like stress and being burned out and like a very high level of it. So I'm hoping, well, I need like a solution here like yesterday, and I've been trying to figure that out for years now. How I can not be so burned out and how I can not be so exhausted. And the only solution I was really coming up with was being able to move out. That would solve like 90% of my problems. Because most of it just stems from living with my parents and being in that toxic environment that they create. But I just don't have the money. So I am pursuing that career now that will get me out of here. It's really my only solution. It's all just like a vicious cycle that I've been dealing with, and I've been really trying to find a way to break it. And my dreams have been telling me that. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be trying my best nonetheless, no matter the outcome. So other than that, I'm not really sure what else to talk about. It sucks that my channel has pretty much been dead for a while, and I always end up being very inconsistent simply because of how exhausted and burned out I always am and how frustrated I always am. I find it hard to stream anymore or do really anything, but I have to at this point. So I really would like some support. This is like pretty much the first time I'm actually directly asking. I'm not asking for money, don't get me wrong. I'm not doing that. I mean, you're more than welcome to, but I don't even think I can really get money because I'm not even an affiliate. So I don't even think you can even donate if you wanted to on Twitch. Unless you subscribe. But I don't even think I get any money from subscriptions. I'm not sure how that works. I'm not an affiliate yet, so I don't think there's any way I can even make money off of Twitch until I'm an affiliate. And then even then, probably partner. I'm not sure. Once I'm affiliate, but the thing is like Twitch is mainly you get your money from your audience and people that want to support you. And maybe sponsors, but it's mainly from your community, like if they want to support you or not. And I don't even have a community yet, so that's the support that I need. Is honestly like advice on how I can actually build my channel up and my community. I know I've done like pretty much all the research you can do. Like I know what to do, but I just don't know how to put myself out there, I guess. Or how to be more interesting when I'm playing and whatnot. So pretty much the best thing you can do is just follow and maybe pop into streams every now and then. Even if it's just for 5-10 minutes. having anybody just pop in and say hi and how's it going and just have a little chat real quick before you leave is literally will mean the world to me. So to anybody who does that, I really thank you a lot. That's at least for Twitch. For YouTube, I don't really get any views. I get less views on there actually than I do on Twitch. Just because there's not really anything I can put on YouTube, you know? I don't do any React content because I can't. And even if I did, I don't really know if I would do that. I'm not really like a React Andy. I mean, there's all kinds of content other than video games that I can be doing. But I just don't have the software or the hardware. And obviously, I'm only going to be doing what I find interesting to me and whatnot. And what I think would be good for the channel. Ooh, I got a burp. I don't know if I'll be streaming tonight. I'm actually very tired. Or, I mean, I don't know if I'll be streaming any games. I usually just hop into Minecraft for like a chatting room. So, I'm trying to think of what else I may have missed out. That's pretty much just about everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. So again, like the only thing I'm really asking for now is just some help, maybe from you guys. If you've got any advice. I do have a Twitter. I can always set up a Discord. I keep forgetting about that. I just don't know how Discord works. Because I don't use it. I mean, I've had Discord for a while, but I just talk with, well, I use it to kind of like keep in contact with some friends I've made on Xbox, part of the clan that I'm in. But I barely use it. So, I don't really know anything about Discord. So I'll have to figure it out, do some research, see how I can actually set my own Discord channel up and set it up for my Twitch. So that if anybody has any advice, I think that would be a good place to share. Or if they just want to chat, or I don't know. I mean, I'll mainly be chatting on here, but we'll see. Other than that, I do have a Twitter. And like I said, Discord would probably be better, because Twitter is kind of limited, especially with how much you can actually say in a tweet. And it's mainly just for tweets. I don't know if you can, like, I think you can, like, personally message people on Twitter, but I've never done that. Like I said, I'm not very social. I don't really have any friends, so there's nobody I'd really talk to or personally message on these platforms, so I would think Discord would be the best option Twitter being another, and then Twitch itself being another option if you want to pop it during stream and whatnot. Definitely all years. So I think I'm gonna be taking it easy when it comes to the streaming. I'm not gonna go into it full time right now. Just cause I gotta warm back up into it. And I'm just tired tonight, so I'm probably gonna be doing it. I'll just be ending stream here once I'm done talking. And I'll probably put it up on my YouTube. Probably on my VOD channel. I have a main YouTube and then I got a VOD channel. On my main, I pretty much only post first time playthroughs of games. Which I ended up missing out on when it comes to Dragon Age. I didn't put the DLC for Elden Ring on there because I didn't really. I don't know if I would do. I just didn't really feel like putting that on my main channel. That's another thing I would actually like to build up eventually. I think my Twitch first, but then my YouTube would be second. Having at least a little bit of revenue from both would be beneficial, because I do have to think of it as a business as well. Not only my dream job, but I do really have to think of it in a business way and how I'm actually going to make money, because it will be my livelihood. What is that? An armadillo scoot? I don't know where I got that from. My nose has been so stuffy. This past like 2 weeks I've just been sneezing like crazy and my nose has been so stuffy. I don't even feel sick. It's just like my sinuses are just so stuffy. I haven't even been drawing that much either. I was going to work on just drawing up a character that I would use as inspiration for a VTuber model. But I kind of lost track of that. Like I said, the priority that I was really focusing on was just trying to get out of here. Now I'm switching things around and this is no longer my main priority. It's priority number 2 for sure. Priority number 1 is this. My PC content creation. So hopefully I can look back a year from now and say that this is all over. That would be very nice. I know last year, right around this time, it was actually during the summer that I made a plan for how I would build my community for the next year. Now it's been over a year and I haven't really gotten a step closer, so that really sucks. But it's really not I'm not really blaming myself. It's just how life has been. I've certainly grown a lot in the past year and accomplished quite a lot. And I should definitely give myself more credit than I do. Let's see. That's pretty much right about. It's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Probably be wrapping up here wrapping things up here shortly. I'm just tired. Probably end up going to bed a little early. We'll see. So let's I think I'm just gonna wrap things up here and leave it off on a little note. I guess that note will just be, you know, I really wouldn't mind any help. I'm really asking for help this time. On some advice, you know, when it comes to just dealing with my personal life here. Stress, exhaustion, frustration. Advice on how I can grow my Twitch channel. Advice on building a PC, for sure, would be very helpful. But, like I said, I do my research, and I pretty much do it all on my own. And I plan on being like a one-man army content creator, doing like a little bit of everything. My nose is so stuffy. I'm really tired. So actually the next component I think I might get for my stream is maybe a microphone. While I was at Best Buy looking at my monitor that I wanted to get, I was looking at a few other things that I might want to get for stream, and one of them was a microphone, a standalone microphone. I saw that they don't really have a lot available. It was kind of dry, but what they do have available is pretty good, so I want to kind of ask if they have any in stock. But they had Blue, I think it's Linus Tech. Blue, this is called Blue. It's a standalone like microphone. I've heard streamers use that. One of the streamers I watch actually uses it. It's like a pretty solid all-around microphone. And it's like $100, which ain't bad. But I don't know if that would connect to what I use. If I would be able to use that for my monitor, or if I can connect it to my monitor on my Xbox. I would have to look at what it would connect to. And while I was there, I was just looking at a few other PC components. It all seems, you know, fairly affordable. I can slowly build it up. Obviously, the GPU and the CPU, which are your main two components to a PC, are going to be the most expensive. And they range from like $100 to fucking 1,000. I can't imagine buying a $1,000 like CPU. God, that's insane. With I think most of them are, most pretty decent ones are around 180 to like 400 when it comes to CPUs and GPUs. And GPUs seem to be a little bit more expensive. And then I'll need probably quite a bit of RAM. I want to have a setup that is easily customizable. So if I need a better CPU, I can always just replace it with a better one. If I need a better GPU, I should be able to just replace it with a better one in the future. Same thing with like RAM, storage, even like a capture card and all that. So, as like a guesstimate, I'm thinking like around, so let's see, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm thinking around like $800, maybe. Maybe even, I want to see if I can cut that price down. That's just a wild guesstimate. I haven't even calculated prices yet. I haven't even bothered with that yet. I'm still learning what all the components do and how much power I want it when it comes to every little part. And then once I figure that out, I'll figure out how much that'll cost. And then my plan from there would be to order the parts online and get the parts that I can from a hardware store. 'Cause I know I might be able to get a good number of them from Best Buy. So that'll save on the waiting process if I were to ship them. Plus, I kind of want to avoid shipping at all costs because they can always get damaged easily when they're being shipped. And I don't really know how. Well, it really depends on the shipping company, I guess, and how well they handle packages. I know for like electronics, I would imagine they would be very careful. Plus, it's like a liability issue if it's coming directly from the company. You get your product all smashed up. That's definitely not good for the company. So, I don't really hear a lot of issues when it comes to that. But as someone who's worked in 2 warehouses, one for food distribution and one for FedEx. FedEx does freaking, they ship like everything. It can be easily damaged. Anything could. Unless it's something that's like not easily broken, like on its own. Like we even shipped like small electronics. We never did heavy on the electronics, but the FedEx was kind of a mess. Like when it comes to those kinds of distribution centers, at least, like the main thing they're worried about is money. And the more things you ship, so the more things you stuff in the truck, the more you get paid. And so a lot of like safety regulations are just thrown out the window, if I'm being honest. A lot of organization is thrown out the window, and it ends up resulting in just trying to fit as much shit as you can into a tractor trailer. A lot of things end up getting smashed, crushed, busted. So yeah. I don't think that's how they would treat electronics and fragile objects. Even though we would have plenty of those, and it all just depends on the company and what they're shipping, I guess. And since FedEx does like everything, they don't like specialize in a few things, which I think they should. It kind of ends up being pretty haphazard. It's funny, you can like ship anything from like glass to like a freaking tractor tire that's like 500 pounds. And everything in between. From like microwaves to candy to giant sofas. I hated that big shit. Ugh. Get things that weigh like a couple ounces, and then you get things that weigh like twice as you do. It's all over the place. I definitely do not miss that. I was working there this time of year, exactly during this month, at FedEx. Lasted like a month and a half, and I was like, dude, this is not fucking worth it. Sometimes I come home with like $230 at the end of the week. I'm like, what the fuck? This is dog shit. I was getting paid dog shit, and I was busting my ass. I'd get home I had to wake up at 1:30 in the morning to go to that job. Done with that stuff. Ba 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 ba. Pretty sure I was making less than minimum wage. But, you know, here is hoping for a better future, man. I really need things to turn around. And I'm definitely gonna try my best to make that happen. But luck has never really been on my side. And like I said, I would really like to I would really appreciate the help. And I really thank you guys for watching this. And that'll be it for me tonight. I don't know when I'll be streaming again. Obviously, I'm gonna be busy in the next handful of days because I've got payments coming up, and I really don't have the money right now, and I'm just a few days away. So I'm just gonna be busting ass until I'm able to pay that off. And until then, I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy and peace out. Are there like emotes? Oh, there is. Bah.